Good morning, everybody. Today, we'll be speaking on sales and marketing. Sales and marketing, because we all know that in whatever business you are in, if you are not able to get your products and your services to the final consumers, then you are not in business. After the production, the movement of the products from where they are produced to the final consumers, if you are not able to move these products and move them to those that will consume them, then you will soon run out of business. So today we want to talk about how we can move these products to our customers, the skills that we need to be able to move our products. So I'm going to start with a story. A story I believe that most of us are very familiar with. So in the jungle, the lion prayed to God and was asking for food. He prayed a very sincere prayer, a prayer of sincerity, asking that God should provide food for him. That same prayer was also prayed by the zebra. The zebra also prayed and asked for food. No, the zebra prayed and asked for safety. He asked God to give him safety. He was praying that he doesn't want any lion to take him as food. While the lion was praying for food, the zebra was praying for safety. Now, a day came, the lion met the zebra, and a race started. The lion began to run after the zebra. Note that they are both prayed. The lion prayed for food, the zebra prayed for safety. Now they saw themselves in the jungle. The lion began to run after the zebra, running after the zebra with the hope of catching the zebra and taking the zebra as food. The zebra was running with the hope of outrunning the lion in order to escape so that it will be taken as food. Now, if this scenario is paused and you are asked a simple question, if you were God, if you were the one that was to answer this prayer of either the lion or the zebra, what will you do? Whose prayer will you answer? Will you answer the prayer of the zebra and take the zebra into safety? Or will you answer the prayer of the lion and take the lion and give the lion food to eat? Note that they both prayed, sincere prayer. What will you do if you were the one that was to answer that prayer? As you are holding that thought, I'm going to show you, I will show you the rate of daily prayers. This is not my data. I got this from Google. The rate of daily prayer in Europe, China, and Africa. Note that the zebra and the lion prayed. Now, if you note the rate of daily prayer, you will see in Norway is 18% per day rate of daily prayer. In UK, it is 6%. In Germany, 9%. In France, 10%. In Spain, 23%. In Greece, 30%. In Israel, 27%. Now, if you check Nigeria, you will see that it is 95% the rate of daily prayer. No, I told you the lion and the zebra, they both prayed. Now, if you check what is happening here, you will agree with me that ordinarily, if the lion is to run according to its natural ability, and the zebra is to run also according to its natural ability, you will find out that the lion ordinarily, normally, under normal circumstances, will outrun the zebra and take the zebra as food. Now, what if the zebra has higher information and knows that if I am to run with my natural ability, the lion will catch up with me and take me as food? And with the higher information the zebra had, the zebra knows that there's something called a power bike. The zebra now gets on the power bike and begins to run with that power bike. The question is this: will the lion still be able to catch up with the zebra? The answer is no. What if after praying, the zebra decided that the only thing I am going to do is to pray? I have prayed. I will pray. After praying, I will run with my natural ability and leave the lion to run with his own natural ability. You will agree with me that the lion will catch up with the zebra and take the zebra as what? As food. The analysis I'm trying to paint is this: it is good to pray. It is very, very good to pray. But after praying, there is work for you to do. Because if after praying, the zebra decided to run with his own natural ability, the lion would have caught up with the zebra and would have taken the zebra as food. After all, they both prayed. So in addition to the prayer, what did the zebra do? The zebra utilized higher information. The zebra leveraged on higher information to outrun the lion. So if you relate this to the rate of daily prayers, you will note that even though in the UK the rate of daily prayer is 6%, in Germany is 9%, in France is 10%. Even in Israel, you would have already thought that in Israel it should be even 100%, but it's 27%. Now, well, look at Nigeria, South Africa, 95%. It goes to show that after prayer, there is work to be done. You cannot leave everything to prayers. The fact is that in 2023, we must make up our mind to partake in our own rescue. But the problem is that most people are not interested in being part of their own rescue. Now, in addition to all the prayers we have made for the year to be good, there is work to be done. Part of what you're learning today is how to get your business started, how to hit the ground running, and how to dominate your field. If you don't make deliberate effort, intentional effort to own your business and run with it, then it will be extremely difficult for you to succeed in your business. It is not the will to win that matters. Everyone has that. It is the will to prepare to win that matters. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to be successful. Everybody wants to make it. How willing, how determined, how deliberate, and how intentional are you to win? It is very, very important. Now, if you are on this call and you listen to the teachings of today and you choose to act upon everything you're going to get today and prepare and be willing to win, definitely you're going to win. You win. You will win. Today, I have coined it synergistic selling. Selling is very important in our business. If you have your products and you cannot sell your products to your customers, to your clients, and the products are with you in your house, then you are not in business. You are not in business. So in synergistic selling, you have to sell yourself, number one. You have to sell your company, number two, and you have to sell your product. Sell yourself. Who are you as a person? When you have products and you don't even use the products, you don't even have personal testimony about your products, how can you communicate those products to someone else? When you know yourself and you are confident in yourself about what you do, then the person you are telling about your product or service will be confident to want to come and join you. Someone says, when you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. As a person, who are you? As a person, who are you? You need to develop yourself personally. Personal development is key. When you develop yourself and you know who you are, you will be able to pass your message about your business and about what you do to the next person. You have to know yourself. You have to groom yourself in the marketplace. It is very, very important because when you come into the marketplace, the first thing they see is you. Who are you as a person? How sure about the business you do? How sure are you? Are you here because you just feel, let me just try and see if this will work? If you don't have confidence in the business you do, if you don't have confidence in the sales you're making, if you don't have confidence in the quality of product, it will be extremely difficult for you to tell somebody else about your product and your service. There are three things I want you to invest in this year as a person that will make you a better person, a better salesman, a better saleswoman. One is personal development. Anywhere you go to in this world, you take yourself there. So you have a duty to develop yourself. It is extremely important. When you develop yourself, your confidence even as a human being, will increase. If you're timid, if you're shy, if you have low self-esteem, as a person, you will find it very difficult to play in the marketplace. People will see you and think that since you are not even sure of the product or services that you are putting out there, you begin to think that your products are not even good enough. And that is because you were not able to sell yourself to them. So you must be able to sell yourself. You must also be able to sell your company. What is the vision of your company? What is the mission of your company? What are their products? What problem is your company trying to solve? What is the track record of your company? These are things you should know at your fingertips. Because as you're selling yourself, if you are able to sell yourself successfully, the client also wants to know this company you are partnering with, or this company you are working with, or this company that you own. What have they done in the past? What are they doing currently? What value are they bringing to the table? You must know everything you ought to know about your company. You don't have to know it. You don't have to know all in one day. But just have this deliberate attitude to learn everything continuously about your company. It is very important. Then sell your product. Your product or your services, you should know them at your fingertips. You should be able to sell your product. If a client, a customer asks you about your product and you are not able to tell the client what your product does, or what it has done in the past, or what it has done to you as a person, confidently, the customer might begin to doubt the efficacy of your product. So you should know how to sell yourself, know how to sell your company, and also know how to sell your product. The three parts of this synergistic selling: sell yourself, sell your company, sell your product. And I said, in selling yourself, you are unique as a person. No matter what you sell, you make a difference. The prospects must like you and trust you. If you bring your product to the market as a person, and the customer does not like and trust you, if someone does not trust you, how will the person trust what you are bringing to him or her? The best way to develop trust is to build rapport between you and your client. You can meet somebody in the first time, establish and build rapport, build trust, and start selling your product. And the only way people can trust you about your product is the confidence with which you pass that product across to them. But if you don't use the product before, if you not experience the product, if you don't know what the product does, it will be hard for you to provide the product confidently. The reputation of your company, the reputation of your company is a strong selling feature to help close sales. What do you know about your company? How strong is your company? What have they done in the past? What award have they won? Are you aware of the Alan award that our Begin won? Are you aware of it? You can take that to the marketplace and sell with that. But if you are not aware, if you don't know, you won't be able to say it. Are you aware of the testimonies that we've had in the past? Are you aware of the wonderful things your company have done and they are still doing? Then number three, your product or your service to deliver unique value to the prospects, it should be able to solve their problems. It should be able to do what? To solve their problem. And again, I tell people, when you talk to your customers or your prospects, your clients, you should listen to them. When you listen, you are able to tell them better which of the products that you have will be beneficial to them. You are able to guide them. If you don't have information about what they need, it will be extremely difficult for you to guide them right. Extremely difficult for you to guide them right. So you must be able to know that this product, this is what they do, this is what they can do. So listening to your customers and your clients to tell you their own story, what they need is key. People go out there and they just begin to narrate the features of product. These are the features of our product. But the best way to do it is this. When you hear the side of the customer or the prospect, what they really need, you now tell the person how this product will be beneficial to him or her based on what he has told you about himself. It's very important. Lead generation. And I said, this is the most important activity of a salesperson. If you've not done this before, it is key. I'll tell you a story. One of our products had well. See what I did. Most of the things I'm sharing with today, they are things I have practicalized. I have tried them and they have worked for me. So I did an advert on social media about adware. I sent the ad and people began to click. I just put some testimonies there and I sent it out. Now, when that happens, you will see that you might, from what I did, I saw people that have viewed the ad. That is the adware ad. People that have viewed it. Now, from those numbers of people that have viewed it, there are people that we click to know more. Let us assume that 10,000 persons viewed the ad. And out of the 10,000 that viewed the adware ad, let's assume that 1,000 clicked to ask to know more. Once you click to ask to know more, the message comes to me directly. 10,000 people viewed the ad. I did a 7 days ad. 10,000 persons viewed the ad. And 1,000 persons asked to know more. 1,000 persons asked to know more. Now, what needs to happen? It is now left for you to engage those 1,000 persons. To engage them. How do you engage them? You tell them more about the adware that you don't advertise, that they just say on Facebook. You engage them. In trying to engage them, you will realize that about, let's assume that 400 of them, from the engagement, 400 of them got converted. And they want to buy. Now, see what happens. Start from the beginning. You send the ad, assuming 10,000 people view the ad. It's not everybody that view the ad that will get back to you. Let's assume of the 10,000 that view the ad, 1,000 get back to you, wanting to know more. You now engage them. Start engaging. Let's assume when you engage, not all of them will even agree or succumb to buying from you. Well, let's assume out of the 1,000 that you engaged, 400 of them got interested and they showed interest to want to know more, to want to buy, to want to engage with you. You engage them. Let's now assume that out of those numbers, you are able to convert 100 of them to become customers. We started from 10,000 people viewing your ad, 1,000 getting back to you. You now engage them and began to convert. From 400, you're able to convert 100 persons. They became interested. You want to do your business, you want to use your products, you want to be part of what you are doing. Now, if you are able to engage those 100 people very well, they not start buying from you. They not start using your products. They not start getting interested. Or you can even now move them, you help them to Zoom rooms, training rooms, where your business is being talked about more, where testimony for your product is being talked about. They not need to know more about what you do, about your product, about your service, about the compensation plan of your company, about how they can earn. Now, when they now get involved, they are not doing this business with you. What happened? They cannot even begin to give you referrals. They now begin to give you referrals. They are not doing the business alone again. They have not got to a point where they now begin to even give you referrals, bringing more people that will join you to do the business. So from lead generation to engagement to conversion to referrals. Then you now establish relationship with them. So what I did, when I threw the ad on Facebook, I began to see people who were getting interested in the product. For everybody that got interested, I sent them more messages about the product, and I moved them to a broadcast list, not a WhatsApp group, a broadcast list that I added the name hardware clients, and I kept them there. Because I felt for them to have seen this short ad I did, and for them to make that inquiry, it means that in one way or the other, they needed my product. And I realized, I also know that even if they are not able to buy the product now, they will be able to buy the product some other time. So the best I need to do was to keep them in a place where from time to time, I will give them more information about this product. I got a broadcast list. I got the first one, second one, and within that period of 2 weeks, a week to 2 weeks, I was able to get names of people who were interested in knowing more about my hardware product. And from time to time, I began to send them health tips. Even tips that are outside the hardware product, free health tips. I began to engage them. And from this group today, I still have them. I engage them, and they buy my product from time to time. So this generation can guide you for you to be able to get to tailor yourself towards those that really need your product or your service. If you do this, you won't just be selling to everybody. You can be able to narrow yourself to say, okay, these are the people that need my product. Now, if you look at this first one, as you are managing the relationship down here, you throw another ad, the process starts again. See, in this business of sales and marketing, there are some people, if you check their sales graph, today they are selling, tomorrow they are not selling, it goes down. The next day they are selling, the next day it goes down. But if you understand lead generation, your sales graph can keep going up and up and up continuously. Once you understand how this works, you can keep selling continuously. Once you understand this formula, you don't have to be a very social person. You don't have to be an extrovert. You don't have to be. Once you understand this principle of how to throw your product out there, so that those who are interested in what you're selling can notify you, and you put them in a group, and you begin to reach out to them from time to time, you will start selling consistently. You will start selling consistently. So we must be able. Now, there's this Aristotle rhetorical triangle. Logos, ethos, and pathos is a full. This is a full training on its own. So I would advise that we should note these things down and go and research more about them. Because in the sales and marketing environment, you have to be a particular kind of person for you to be able to enjoy yourself to those you are selling to. You have to be a particular kind of person. You know, in those days as a banker, we have the branch managers whose duties is to bring funds into the bank, while the operations manager duty is to make sure that the processes are in order. His KPI is to make sure that he runs the branch and make sure that the processes are in order, while the branch manager is just to bring funds and customers into the bank. Now, what happens? Some of the operations managers, because they don't interfere with customers, they don't relate with customers, they are just in the back office trying to tell to make sure that processes are in order. When the customers come into the bank, they don't even bother about the customer. They don't know, they don't even want to greet you, they just want to focus on the business of the day. Meanwhile, the branch manager, knowing fully well that my KPI is how I will bring funds into this bank, he wants to attend the birthday ceremonies of his customers' kids, the marriage anniversary. Customer comes to the bank, he's smiling, he's greeting, he's asking, how are you, how is the family? He's going the extra mile to want to be a good person, to relate well with the customer. Because he knows that his ability to relate with the customer will keep the customer coming back to the bank. Now, do you know what banks began to do? Banks began to move the operation managers from their desk and began to move them to the marketing department. And move some of them branch managers. So just within a day of moving you from being operation manager to branch manager, your KPI has changed. Now, you now have to go and bring money so that that branch can make profit. Automatically, this same person that always had a stand face in the banking hall, not even looking at customers as they walk in, now suddenly becomes a smiling person. Want to not be a nice person, and now, how are you doing, sir? How are you doing, ma? But he now knows that if he does not have a personal relationship with people, if he lacks the ability to build personal relationship, it will be extremely difficult for him to bring in customers. So, what skill do you have in relating with people? How well do you relate with people? What kind of person are you? Ethics, credibility, trustworthy. How trustworthy are you? When you are standing in front of a customer and you are telling the customer about your product, your service, the compensation plan of your company, as you are speaking before the customer, what is at the back of your mind? Are you looking at the customer hoping that he just comes in so that you can earn, or so you can sell your product and move on? Are you looking at the customer just with the mindset of just flipping him off, just giving the money, let him move on? Or are you standing in front of the customer with the mindset of, I want my product or my service to be of help to this customer. I want the issue of this customer or of this client to be solved by virtue of the fact that I'm providing my product or my service. And the good thing is that if you put the customer first, if you put the customer and you say, I want this customer to be served, so it means that you want to keep the customer for the long run. The person will stay with you for a longer time. So, in all we do, we must consider the customer. We must have credibility. What's your emotional impact? What personal connection? See, you can either, as a principle, everybody I meet, I want to meet people better than I left them. You must decide that everybody I meet, I want to connect with them. There is this, I don't know if you've heard about emotional bank account. When I was training yesterday, I told them that anybody you meet, leave them better than you met them. Leave people owing you. I can only do that by leaving people better than you met them. Emotional bank account says, for instance, you go to the bank and you open a bank account, you are either depositing or you are doing what? You are withdrawing. So when you connect, when you meet somebody for the first time, you have just opened an emotional bank account with that person. So if you are not depositing, you are doing what? You are withdrawing. If your little niece comes to your house to spend the holiday with you, and every time she wakes up, first thing in the morning, she's sweeping the house, cleaning everywhere, bathing the kids, washing the plates. What she's doing is depositing. And somewhere in your mind, you are so impressed, you are wondering, okay, you are thinking of the day or the day will be over. So that when this lady, this thing is going back, you will be able to give her something. When you relate to people every day and you choose to be that good person that relates well, that means people and deposit into their life, either your time, your attention, your money, just relate well with people. When you leave people better than you met them, they feel they owe you. Leave people owing you, or leave people feeling that they are owing you. If you leave people like that, when you come forward to market your product or sell your product to them, they are more likely to want to buy from you. They are more open to want to do business from you because they see you as a good person. Study this. In everything you do, your humanity should show forth. Your empathy should show forth. When you are able to practice this and it becomes part of you, your sales will increase. You must be committed to professionalism. Now, when we hear this word professionalism, we think it's something very huge. We think you have to be in your company for 2 years, for 1 year first, or you think you have to climb to a rank very high before you can begin to dominate your field or dominate what you do. That's not true. That's not true. So I try to define it this way. I said a professional is the person who puts himself out there, opens his mouth, and sounds like an expert. I give you an example. Our Virgin, you join the company today. You are new in the company. You've witnessed the product presentation. They've told you this is what Virgin does. The picture of Virgin is there. The write-up about what Virgin does is there. You have used Virgin. Let's even assume you don't use it. But you join the company, they've told you you are 1 week old in that company, in this company. They've told you what Virgin does. They've told you, they've shown you the write-up, they've shown you the picture. If you carry that, if you take that picture of Virgin and that write-up, take it to Facebook and just paste it there. And there's a woman out there who has issues and needs this kind of product. The woman reads your post. She's not even aware if you were the author of that post. She doesn't need to know. She's not interested. All she knows is that I have seen a product called Virgin. The product does this, does that, and I need the product. And that information was posted by you. Now, I'm okay that after posting the information there, you should just hold your hands and do nothing. There's something you have to do. And what is that? For the fact that you have posted it out there, you are 1 week old in the company. You've posted an information out there, and you know that by posting it out there, there are people that will call you to ask you to know more about this that you have posted. Now, you go back and study and read more and be more familiar and conversant with what you have posted, such that if your phone rings and somebody says, I saw what you posted on Facebook concerning Virgin, please tell me more about it. Once you can open your mouth to say more confidently about that you posted on Facebook, and even though that write-up is not for you, it's company write-up or a testimony for what they are doing, you are an expert as far as that woman is concerned. That's why I said a professional is the person who puts himself out there, opens his mouth, and sounds like an expert. You don't need to be a year-old in the company. You don't need to be you don't need to be 6 months old in the company. You don't need to be an ambassador or a director in the company. Join the company for the products, hardware, budget, any of the products. Put them out there. Put the product out there. Shift back and go and read more and study about what you have put out there and be prepared for the call that will come in. Once you can do that, you are a professional. And when you choose to be a professional in this field, you will make money. You will make money. Trust me when I say you will make money. The 10 key habits that have made me a top salesman. 10 key habits that have made me a top salesman. 10. I documented them. 10. These are things that you begin to do. You begin to do. Success begins in the mind. It begins. If you are not able to see it in your mind's eye, it becomes extremely difficult for your body to get there. The difference between you and where you are headed is the ability for you to see where you are going in your mind's eye and be able to walk towards it. The 7 habits of highly effective people by Stephen Covey. Habit number 2 says, begin with the end in mind. Somebody was asking me the other day, and he says, John, what motivates you? What is always your motivation? How come if you want to do something, you just see to the end? What motivates you every day? And I said, what motivates me is when I want to do something and I put myself in the outcome. When I joined IMMERI some years ago, from the day I joined IMMERI, they said you become a director, you will get this, you will get that. Right from the day I joined, I put myself in the outcome. I pictured what if I become a director? What will begin to happen? I put myself in that outcome. I began to ask myself, what will happen if I become a director? I will earn some amount. I will earn this kind of amount. I will be given this. I will be given a car. I will be given this. The more I sustain that picture that I have placed in my mind, the more I sustained it, the more it gave me momentum and energy to begin to work towards it. That's the idea. If you cannot picture it in your mind's eye, it becomes extremely difficult for you to get there. And the good thing is this: once you are able to picture it, you don't only take action. At this point, you now begin to take inspired action. Because as you move, you are seeing the outcome. So success begins in the mind. It is key. Planning is the key to attaining your objectives. The goal of success and actually follow through. Now, that thing I picture, I try to follow through the process. Because if you don't follow through the process, it becomes difficult for you to get to where you're going to. Routinely enhance your digital presence. I talked about lead generation. It's very important. See, social media, you must be able to harness that platform in sales and marketing. There is no day I don't publish on social media. I must throw a post out there. Do you know why? As I continue to do that, I indirectly put myself in people's consciousness. Because they're going to see a post from me every day. I am indirectly putting your Mukoro in your subconscious, such that anything you want to do, you begin to think as if you saw me even yesterday. I won't look too far away from you. You always have me in mind. Why do you think some women want to go to the market? They already know what to buy. But what do? They prepare a list with the amount and take the list to the market. And they adhere to that list strictly. You know why? When you get to the marketplace, as you're entering the market, before you enter into the market, where the things you want to buy, they are. We see some guys who brought their products to the front, to the entrance of the market. So as you're going, you see a lot of shining objects, a lot of distraction. If you don't adhere to that list, those things you're seeing, you might end up buying those things. By the time you get to the market, the things you're going into the market to do, you've exhausted your money. So people write a list to make sure they adhere strictly to that, so you don't get a lot of distraction. See, there are lots of things happening in the world today that distract people. People see a lot of things on social media, a lot of things distract them, they see a lot of people, a lot of new things happening. If you don't have visibility, it is easy to forget about it. That's the point. It is very easy. So I know somebody who's TikTok every day, every minute. It's on TikTok, dancing, talking about her products. That's Magic Dealer. Every day, you go to her TikTok, you see product, dancing, singing. And you are wondering, when she sells products too much, how visible are you on the net? How visible? If you're not visible, they'll forget about you. People will move on to go and buy from other persons who are visible. That is the point I'm trying to reach there. Avoid burnout by setting a schedule. This is very important. Actively grow your lead. I've said that tenacity is a way of life, not a temporary feeling. Now, you have to be tenacious. Grit is very important here. I tell somebody that if where you are going, if that outcome you are envisaging is very high, if the outcome you are envisaging and where you are going to is very high, then there is no obstacle that comes in your front that will block your view from that your destination. But if where you're going, what you are envisaging, if the outcome you're looking at is small, it's not high enough, any small obstacle that comes will block it. And once an obstacle blocks it, and you're not able to see your destination again, you give up and you run away. So be tenacious. Stay in the game long enough. Have empathy for your clients' worries. Network till you drop. Have high emotional intelligence. Don't think it's a topic of its own that we will get into some other time. What's ahead of you? Lifelong learning. Tell yourself that this year, I want to be a lifelong learner. You keep learning. For me, I've told myself that every time I find myself in a place of learning, I will always empty my cup so that new things will start coming in. New things will start coming in. We learn every day. The more you learn, the more you learn, the more you learn, the L in the learning begins to disappear. And when the L disappears, what happens? The earnings begin to come. So you must open a place for learning, benchmarking, embrace good corporate governance, contribute to the database so as to benefit from the credible information, think globally, and act globally. Lead the competition at its game with superior knowledge and firepower. Be honest and let money change your good works. Carve a niche for yourself and stand out from the crowd. The extra mile, there's no traffic there. There's no traffic in the extra mile. The ground is crowded. But the good thing is this: what will take you from the ground into that extra mile, into that top? They are little things, and just stay consistent in doing. Once you take it from the ground, open your window into a bright world armed with these abominations of knowledge. Use data and statistics. See, I read economics, first degree. I don't know if that's the reason, but I always pay attention to data and statistics. If you are able to pay attention to data and statistics, you will be able to move your business from where you are now to a higher level. Because if you don't pay attention to statistics, you might need to think you are doing so much. So I sat down and watched something that said that there are 25 million people in Lagos. And so this says that on the average, from morning into the night, one person consumes 1,000 naira every day. 25 million people in Lagos, one person consuming 1,000 naira every day. And I ask myself, if one person consumes 1,000 naira every day, and there are 25 million people in Lagos, it means that every day, 25 billion naira is consumed in Lagos. And I ask myself, if 25 billion is consumed in Lagos every day, John Mukoro, how much of that money is your own every day? Before I got hold of this statistics, I thought I was doing so much. But when I saw that, I was like, wow, I can actually move my business further up. That was the day I sat down. I went to Google and I Googled 30 top most supermarkets in Lagos. And I wrote all of them down. And I came to the office. That was sometime in August. I bought products in millions. So people were shouting. Bought products in millions. I began to push them into those supermarkets. And I found like, if 25 billion naira goes down in Lagos every day, how much of that money comes to me? How much comes to me? So if you are in Abuja, if you are in Port Harcourt, anywhere you are, assume the number of people in your city, multiply it, see what goes down every day. How much of that comes to you? Then you know that you are still playing small. Still playing small. So pay attention to data and statistics. Know your why. Know your why. Why are you doing this? Why are we here? Why are we doing this business? If you don't know your why, if you don't have a reason why you even want to do this in the first place, this whole process becomes very difficult for you. The woman whose baby was stuck under the car. There's this story of this woman whose baby was stuck under the car. What happened? The woman lifted the car and brought the baby out. Some minutes after bringing the baby out, the woman was given a manual on how to lift the car again. She couldn't. She couldn't because the first time she was able to lift the car because Her baby was under the car. When you don't have a reason, this business becomes extremely difficult. But when you have a reason, when you have that drives you from your inside, this business becomes easy. When you wake up every morning and there's this thing talking at your essence, wanting to achieve, wanting to get fulfilled, this business becomes easy. Begin with the end in mind. When you see the outcome from the beginning, I've said that before, once you are able to see the outcome from the beginning, it helps you take inspired action. Inspired action keeps you in the game, even when you meet obstacles. I said that before. So every day, I sit down and I need to picture what the outcome would look like. When I picture it and sustain that picture, I work towards it. It's very important. The sales champion, you can bridge the disadvantage gap. See, there's a disadvantage gap in this part of the world. There's a disadvantage gap. And our duty is to bridge that disadvantage gap. And can use sales to bridge that gap. There was this, you guys can watch, not this thing and go and watch it later. Social inequality video. Note it and watch it later after now. There was this video when some guy was to take a raise. And the guy that was conducting the race said, everybody be on the straight line, but I am going to list some parameters. If it affects you, take a step forward. If what I'm going to list does not affect you, stay where you are. Then he started. He said, if you did not grow up in a home where to feed was a problem, if you grew up in a home where you didn't have any problem with feeding, you didn't have any problem with your education, take a step forward. So I took a step forward. And he said, if you grew up in a home where you didn't have a single parent, you had your mom and your dad, they were in love together, they took care of you, well, take a step forward. If you grew up in a home where you were just listing some very beautiful, wonderful things, and as you began to list, some people began to take steps forward. With all the things of 7 parameters that they listed, there were people who remained on the line because they grew up in home where they had to provide for themselves. They grew up in home where education was an issue. They grew up in they grew up in so much disadvantage. They had a lot of setbacks going up. So they remained on the line. They never moved forward. And the guy said, I am going to blow this whistle down. But he said something. He said, everybody that has taken a step forward, you have this advantage not by reason of anything you did, but you just have this advantage. And he said, for those who are on the straight line and are still on the straight line, what did he say? He said, this race is going to start now. The way to start, we're going to move forward. Everyone will take this race from where you are standing. You will take the race from there. That is how this life is. That was why I said, those people that grew up in this part of the world, we grew up in a lot of disadvantages, a lot of setback growing up. If you begin to think right now, while growing up, the lot of disadvantages, the lot of setbacks, Now, as that race was blown, the life doesn't really care whether you are still on the straight line behind or you have moved a step forward. All life cares about is that this whistle has been blown. You have to run. That is the reality of the world that we are in. And that was why I said, as a sales champion, you can use sales. You can use sales. As a sales champion, you can bridge this disadvantage gap. For yourself, for your children, for your family, you can use sales to bridge this gap. No matter where you are standing in the race of life, if you grab and become an expert in the field of sales and you utilize it 100%, you can bridge that gap for everybody around you. Trust me, you can. You can. Networking is key. It's part of sales. It's part of it. Somebody says networking is digging your well before you are thirsty. A lot of definition. It's a topic of its own. Networking is not collecting contact. Networking is about planting relationships. I have said that before. Planting relationships. If you build good relationship enough, your sales and marketing will be easy. Networking is marketing. Marketing yourself, your uniqueness, and what you stand for. That's networking. Networking is not who you know. It is who knows you. Networking is an essential part of building wealth. How many people know that you are in this company? How many people know that this is what you sell, this is your product, this is your service? So I tell you that when you throw your product out there every day, when you put your product in your status every day, don't put them with the mindset of selling every day. If the mindset you have is, I am putting this product on my status that I can sell today, or I will sell tomorrow. See, by the time you put it out there, and you don't sell the first day, first week, first month, you burn out. I tell people, put your product in your status. Put your product out everywhere with the mindset that if I put this product out there, people around me will know what I do. That is what is most important. Wanting people around you, your contacts, your friends, those in church, those that in your children's school, those in your community, those in your estate, they should just know that there is this product you sell called hardware or called Virgin. That is a place to start from. Once they know, trust me, they might even take the product outside. What do you think they will do? They will come back and say, okay, I have seen this product somewhere, and they will come back to ask you more about it. So that you put it out there doesn't mean you must sell that very day, but just keep at it. It's called consistency. Just be consistent in what you are doing. Stay in the game long enough. They should know you for what you do. It's easy for them to come to you. Networking is more about farming than it is about hunting. You know, farming has a process. When you go hunting, you just shoot the meat first and that, and you carry it and you start going. But as a farmer, you need to plant. Not sure what you have planted. Wait for it to start growing. So you see networking as more of being farming than being what? Hunting. That is why in this business, the fact that you told somebody about your business or your product, and the person says no, it's not the end of it. You can still go back to that person a second time, a third time. The person might reconsider and want to buy or even want to join you in your business. Succeeding in business is all about making connections. The law of value. Your true worth is determined by how much you give in value than you take in payment. I have said this before. When you are in front of a customer, of a client, when you are in the market space, what should fill your heart is, what value do I give, can I give to my client? What value can I give to this person? How can I sell this product to this person such that the person will use this product and call me back to say I need more? How can I establish relationship with this person by virtue of this product that I look to this person? Value should occupy your mind, not just standing in front of a customer or a client and the only thing you are thinking is how to get the money. When you push forward value, benefits to the client, you will see that this client, this customer will consistently keep coming back over and over again to get more. And trust me, if you put money first, what you begin to find out is this. You need to have only one-time customers. Every time you want to sell, you have to initiate the sales process again before you can sell. If you only sell when you initiate the sales process afresh over and over, if that is the only time you sell, you are working too hard. If you put value first, you put the customer first, and those customers that you sold to, they now begin to refer other customers to you. They now begin to become your advocates. At that point, that is when you are seen to be in consistent sales. When your current sales can give you more referrals, when you can leverage, be an agent of change. You know, most of you know I like books a lot. And I put something here. I said 10 business books that will change your life. I have read them. I have read them. And I've read some of them to my friends. You know, in the course of this training, I told you guys that you got to sell yourself. And for you to sell yourself, you have to develop yourself. Personal development is key. I want to recommend these 10 books. I can tell you for free that if you dedicate your time to get any of them, some of them, or even all of them to read, these books will definitely change your life. The 7 habits, and they are not in any particular order. The 7 habits of highly effective people by Stephen Covey. The leader who has no title by Robin Sharma. Good to Great by Jim Collins. Everyday Greatness by Stephen Covey. Atomic Habits by James Clear. The Critical Pillars of Making Quality Contacts and Connections by Ferdinand Ibezim. Build Your Dream Network by Kelly Hoey. The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. The last but not the least, My Vision by Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. That's the story of the Bible, actually. So, I tell you today that if you are in the sales industry, don't be passive. If you are passive in the selling and the marketing space, your earnings will be passive. So choose today to dominate the selling and marketing space When you are able to dominate it and be able to consistently take your products out there, you will find out that you will start having consistent sales. And it's only when you start having consistent sales, that is when you start winning in the business. When you are winning, having consistent sales, making progress, making money, earning money, then you will see that this business will be a very beautiful and rewarding one for you and for your team. Thank you very much. And God bless you. Thank you.
So thank you very much, to all our live viewers. Yes, thank you, Ambassador Dr. John Mukoro, for joining us today in this conversation, the sales and marketing landscape. So you will have a recording of this entire training. So this will be up on our social media platform, especially on YouTube, and this will be shared also on our Facebook. So next week, Friday again, Dr. John. Yes, for another, of course, business session, with our ambassadors. Please stay tuned, for the announcement. So to all of you who are watching us, and joining us on our Zoom meeting right now. So thank you very much. And let's give a big round of applause to our ambassador, Dr. John Mukoro. Thank you so much. Good morning. Stay happy and stay simple.
Wow.
My name is Dr. John Mukoro. I am the first IMMERI director of IMMERI Nigeria, and this is my IMMERI success story. Before IMMERI, I had already resigned from the bank, went into a network marketing business. Then I had already stopped that one by that time. And for like a year, 6 months, I wasn't really involved in any active business. So I was broke, I was down. I was already contemplating on how do I get back on my feet. This time, my children were in very big schools in Lekki, already living in Lekki, and I was wondering, how do I come down from that state I was already and come down to start reducing my expenses, the bills kept coming. In January 2019, a friend of mine I've known for so many years, Reverend Daniel Shekpe, told me about IMMERI. He told me the company was a Malaysian company that was already in Ghana and that I should come to Ghana and see the plan. Or he could even come to Nigeria and show me the plan. He did come to Nigeria even. Somehow I refused to see him. I just told him that based on my previous experience, I was not going to have anything to do with the company until they come to Nigeria and get fully established in Nigeria. It is only then I will look at it. So he waited. He told me on the 15th of April, the next year, which is 15th April 2019, that the company was going to come to Nigeria and that he will be coming. So 15th of April came. He actually came to Nigeria again, expected me to be at the IMMERI office, but once again, I didn't go. So the soft launching was done and they left. So he gave my number to Miss Queen Komoda, the vice president of IMMERI Africa. She kept following up on me. She kept calling me. I kept giving excuses. I remember on one of the occasions, 24th, I was supposed to come and meet her up in the office. Coincidentally, that was the day the President Buhari came to Lagos to commission the motor park or something. And I told him that there will be too much traffic, and so I won't be able to come. We now fixed appointment for the next day, being 25th. On that next day, being 25th, my wife asked me at about 12 noon that you were supposed to go for an appointment. How come you're still lying down? And I told my wife that just the previous day I watched on Channels television that the third mainland bridge was caving in and they want to repair it. So I didn't want to drive through it. It was then my wife reminded me about the children's school fees that was coming up, and this was no mean amount. He told me that I must find my bearing in this new company. He encouraged me to stand up and go take a look at the company. And that was when I got up and found my way in IMMERI office. When I got here, I was wowed. I was wowed when I saw the office. I saw a huge edifice on the highbrow area of Lagos, just beside the Maryland Mall. I was like a company that was yet to start business in Nigeria fully, just less than a week old in Nigeria. Having this huge edifice, I knew that these guys were ready for business. They showed me the products. Then Miss Queen took me through the compensation plan. And by the time she was done, I asked her 2 questions. I asked her if the amount of money she was calling. I said, will your company be able to pay this amount of money? And she said, reassuringly, she said, John Mukoro, I have been in this industry for 12 years, and the amount of money we are paying out in IMMERI, I have never paid any of such in my entire years in the industry. I asked her again, how viable is this company? And she answered me again that our slogan is actually built to last. At that point, I told myself that this was it. I was going to do this business. And immediately, I requested for the form. That was precisely 25th of April, 2019. And I filled the form. We took a photograph. And that was how I got into IMMERI. So, as Miss Queen was showing me the plan that day, as she was exposing the compensation plan to me, all those things that my friend Reverend Daniel was telling me before now began to make sense to me. I began to see the money for the first time. Now, as I was hearing the plan, I began to project into the future. I began to ask myself, what if I do this for 6 months? What if I do this for 1 year? What if I go 5 years? I was just imagining where this could take me to. I was so excited. I was seeing myself in the future, building so deeply. So what did I do? Immediately, I picked up the paper and the biro. I wrote down the names of 20 friends. I picked up the phone. I began to call them one after the other. I told them I found something. I found something I needed them to see. We were excited because these were people that have been asking me for the past 1 year, Mukoro, where should we go to? What is new? And for